Greetings and salutations, one and all. I've been playing about with the camera, which is one of the things that most people, or mostly, is quite annoying. Now, whilst, as you see here, it's a bit blurry, but by doing this, you can see things a hell of a lot clearer than they used to be. So I was having a little fiddle about with all the settings. So this is a compromise. So you can actually see more of like these guys close up. So obviously still got work to do on these, but at least it allows you to see more of the detail than before. It's just obviously on the main screen, it's a little bit more darker, but yeah. So that happened. Right. What's going on here? Just checking. Sorry, I was just checking what the had a message coming up saying about, oh, it's not, the stream's not strong enough and all that, but I'm experimenting with the internet as well, so I've got a hard line plugged in at the moment. I was hoping to see if that helped. But we're still having a little bit of a bitch about. Anywho, welcome to Saturday. Well done for making it this far. And trying to find the paint that I want. Double check out. experimentation wise. Right. I'm using Black Templar for these little eyes of the Vorax because I love the idea of their pitiless all black orbs for eyes. A lot of the time using eye lenses like, you know, green, but I just like the idea of these being black. Pitiless. Oh, the pitiless. That's some of them already. over, not good. Get that back into position, thank you very much. Right. So we're just getting nope, that's what I want, sepia. So obviously some of them I've done previously that I'm playing catch up with in the way that trying to match them as near as possible. Oh wow! I've got a candle going. I bought a candle, like a scented candle, because I thought, you know, I want to treat myself to a little bit of ambience while streaming. Something a little bit, you know, nice little smell going on. And I literally just reached over to grab the thing, and I've singed my hair on the forearm. Oh, what's that smell? What's that tingle? Ah, I'm almost on fire. I'm not, right, almost obviously, but not quite. Bit of booby shaker action. Love a bit of booby shaker. That's no good. That's all dried out. Where is the other one then? There you go. The downside with this new moving camera, I've got to put it higher because I can't see what I'm doing. So it's all about relearning my positioning, so you can see what I'm doing, and more importantly I can see what I'm doing. I'm just having wrong dude. So this is Basilicanum grey to the Grav hammers. And that on there. And that one. Utilising like washes and shades and glazes does help with bringing these all together nicely. And just so you feel a little bit more confident in what you've done with them, really. So little pincers. getting the top section of the claws in these done. And we'll try and add a little bit of lighter, cleaner metallic to the ends of the claws, like the snipping parts. I just wanted to do the top edges in a darker colour so they stand out more, so they don't all look the same, and to differentiate from the structure. Hello, heed. A wild heed has slipped in. I see you was running amok in Crystal stream earlier today. How you been, buddy? Traditional culture, exactly. So it was good to have Crystal back streaming. Everyone's drifted apart, man. We all drifted apart. She's the glue. Hey, Mac. How are you, buddy? How's your hobbying going, sir? Good, good, good. Glad to hear it, sir. Glad to hear it. I'm in like 7 minds what I was going to be doing tonight, to be fair. So I know it's all blurry here, but for the sacrifice and the blur, we get to see things a bit better up close. So sacrifices have to be made. Ooh, sorry. Group sticker. Building stage tonight, mate. Trying to decide between Frankwall on Bone Ripper or the Screaming Bell. Well, the Screaming Bell's kind of iconic. It's the you know, it's what you associate with the little rat people. Giddy up on that. Hey dudes. Yeah, it's a poster child for the Skaven. But Bone Ripper is traditional for Frankwall. Okay, I'll start on the bell. And Bone Ripper is the best Skaven. Well, you know, I'm sure everyone has their own favourites and recce's. As somebody who's sort of an outsider looking in at Skaven, like I've always kind of liked the idea of Skaven. I don't do fantasy or AOS as whatever it is now, but you think Skaven, I think Screaming Bell or Gutter Runners. Just conscious as I have troop heavy army right now. I have the bell and a few other warring things to do. Frankwall is hilarious. This is a Skaven friendly area, so it's all good. There's no right, there is no wrong. There is only the Great Horned Rat. Been a great project. They are great fun to paint, and that's what you want with your hobby at the end of the day, isn't it? You want something to be interesting and enjoyable that gives you that little sense of satisfaction once it's done. What about you, Heat? What are you working on? Is it something purple, I hope? Uh-huh. That needs attending to. It's been about 30 years since I painted Screaming Bell. Ah, the old classic. And that's the thing, is when you say it's been about 30 years and you go, it's been about 30 years. Oh my god. What my creed at the moment, they're very unpurple though. Just purple leather pouches. Well, as long as there's representation of the purpleness, that's fine. There's absolutely no purple on my Mechanicum. So I'm keeping it traditional to match with my large versions of these. Oh, it's back an arm again. Otherwise the purple and green goes a bit hobgobbly Incredible Hulk. Yeah, that's fair. Hey Forge, I'm hopping on a plane to your side of the pond in a few days. Oh wow, awesome. What, are you over here for work, or are you visiting, or are you escaping? What are you doing, buddy? Beautiful work. Ah, thank you very much. Thank you. I do like my little dudes. I've had to pull his arm off. This is quite serious. Pull his arm off. Let's finish off what I was doing. Work, a little escape too. Nice. And how long are you over here for? Yeah, I got the last few done during the week. So progress was made, and it went quite well, as you can see. And obviously it's mixing them up with the ones I'd done previously, so it's getting them all together at last. I've got, and basically what we're doing here is just doing all the little touching up and getting them just right. Ooh, right. Get that wash. So with this minor repair, because this is the second time I've had to glue this particular arm back into place, because I think when I was putting it together I may have lent on it a bit too much and obviously popped it. need to get hold of some of those little decals they've just brought out. How has your work been? Well, work has been okay. It's just continual, which, you know, it keeps me busy, keeps me occupied. Hobby work, I've been trying to, with the big guy over, with that dude. So I'm gonna do that. So this dude is who I'm entering into next weekend at Warhammer World. Is the store anniversary, so they have the Legends of Paint paint competition. I'll be entering Last Shadow into it. I was asking my way. Yeah, so I've been doing that, so that's been good. Thank you very much. It was the first War Master I actually painted back when they first came out, but I've been steadily going through it and adding more detail, tidying up, obviously putting the time and effort into it. Because last year's hobby weekend thing, the store anniversary, where I entered my Legio Ignatum War Master, it got silver, which I was really chuffed with. You know, because I always go into this with, you know, I just hope that I get a badge. You can only enter one model at a time, so yeah. So this will be my third one. I've got 3 badges. I've got 2 silver and 1 bronze so far. But last year's one, I asked, because you can go and ask the people for like constructive criticism sort of thing, and they'd give you advice. And they basically said it would have placed gold if it wasn't for the red being so flat. And I kind of, to be fair, I kind of knew that inside, because I didn't put the effort in on the red, like on these certain parts. Like all the other bits and pieces, I've done a lot more work to, but the plain red areas, I didn't give them like depth and shade, and it was flat. And whereas I thought I might get away with it, I didn't. So that was, you know, it's one of those things, I guess. But I've put a lot more time and effort into this one, and just, you know, hoping that it does okay. So yeah, so I'll say I'll probably do a little bit more during the week as well. My model was never truly finished, but yeah, I'll be getting that off to Warhammer World next Saturday, and yeah, popping that in and hoping for the best. What was I doing? I was doing something. That one. I need a red. Not that red. There's probably a few paints I can actually get rid of because they're a bit shite. They've Cooper Shaker. That's the thing nowadays with all these Games Workshop paints. They don't seem to last as long as they used to. So that's the one we want, because I realised I hadn't painted its crotch plate. Right. they seem to coagulate really quickly now. Yeah, that's the way it's been for a while, hasn't it? You know, especially when you've got some of these like paints that are like 30 years old and they're still good and, you know, runny sort of thing. These new pads, but you know, it's just kind of frustrating when you're spending out sort of like 4.50 or £4. They're great looking, sharper than the bigger ones. Well, thank you very much. I say they are. The beauty with these smaller ones is that you can get away with a lot more of like neglect of not actually doing it properly. But yeah, so it's just you buy these paints now and they don't sort of give you the time really that you'd hope they would. But as I say, it's just little touches of colour. I think my big ones that I've got are actually darker. They're probably nearer, like my Castellax are probably nearer that sort of colour. But I haven't really attempted to try and lighten those ones. Maybe I should actually, because then they'll tie in with that better. It's a risk. Oh, I can't. There we've got a big box of Thanatars. Okay, I think when you're comparing like the big dudes, the big dogs, and the small dogs are a totally different red. I've got to do it. Come, my Castellax, stand back. I do like Castellax. Oh. The mould lines on the Screaming Bow are horrendous. So I get these, like, can't really tell if there is actually extra smell, he says. trying to find a position where I can actually see them. That's trying to get that. Type of colour. To be honest, I was trying to get work out the points on Battlescribe, but they don't seem to have the Mechanicum on there. So I know there's like other, there's that other one like Quartermaster, but I always get lost on that. I don't understand how it works. Like, you know, I subscribed to it once. I was just, I couldn't make a army up with it. I didn't know how to. I was just getting confused and it got frustrating, so I got rid of it. But yeah, I'll definitely need to figure out, because I've got now, I haven't got, it's basically two battle groups, although some, because my friend gave me the remainder of their box as a Christmas present. So I'm down a Thanatar, I'm down like Triaris, a base of Castellax and a squad of Ardiciclaris. That's it. So that's you know, by and by, but I think I've got a nice amount of dudes. Also a Voltrax. I'm down a Voltrax as well, but because the battle scribe doesn't seem to be wanting, I don't know if there's problems with the, like I was trying to download the new stuff only the other day actually, I think like Wednesday, but wasn't out of it. and there's no file for it either, so that's a big problem. There's no file to download to the repositories, and you can't download it. I was meant to take, I was meant to be taking my book with me to work yesterday, and I kind of forgot. Well, I took it, but when I was making myself a coffee for the road, I didn't take it out with me. So it stayed at home, which is a bit of a problem if you want to be going around doing army lists. So if anyone knows how many points 2 battle groups are, I just need to take off a few units here and there. We've got the Triorus is now coming out next week, I think. Cryos, sorry, Cryos. What did I see that? Hold on, we've got to check. I swore I saw a Warhammer email. Yeah, you got me wondering what you got. I've got Budweiser. Sorry, I was just talking about my. So the reason why it's blurry, boss, is that I've managed to get the zoom sorted out, but I can only do it up close. Whereas if I go too low, I can't actually see what I'm painting. So if I'm holding in position, I can actually see what I'm doing. So these, I'm just touching up all the bits and pieces on these guys. Crack and is it? Are you full fat Coke you got there, Mac, or you on the diet? So like whenever I have like rum and that, I just realised I had you muted. Just quiet. No, I am here. We have got sound, but as I say, I'm just doing these little little dudes, little tiny dudes. Oh, I can't. Oh, I can't agree with you there, my friend. We agree on a lot, but I can't agree with full fat Coke. I can't drink full fat Coke or full fat Pepsi Max. It sets my teeth off. It feels like I got fuzz on my teeth. I used to drink it all the time, like when I was lad. I preferred that than Diet Coke. But there was some sort of polarity shift, and I think literally it was from the turn of the century. I can say that because I remember when I first said the phrase "full fat Coke." Well, I was in Corfu on a family holiday with my then fiance and her entire family, pretty much. Um, and yeah, it was practically like her. It was really weird because her dad and stepdad, stepmum, and mum, obviously, her brother and his partner, and siblings and all that sort of stuff all out there. But yeah, I can't drink full fat Coke or full fat. It just, I suppose, if it was really cold, like ice cold with ice in it, I could get away with it. But I'm so used to like diet Pepsi Max, and Diet Coke and Coke Zero. I can't do full fat. It's weird. That's cool. Sorry, I've just been I've just been distracted and distracted by stuff on my screens. I'm sorry, Ali Cord. I didn't mean to make it sick. Yes, it's weird. I swear. So if I do search in the search in my emails, Krios. Huh. Huh. Legions Imperialis. No. Oh, is that for full size? Is that for full fat 40k or 30k? Full fat 30k. There you go. That's a new phrase. Um, oh bless. What are you working on those orcs again, boss? So the good thing about this position is that to my left here I have a fridge. I have my Budweiser fridge with my cans of Budweiser. I was saving myself for tonight, so I wasn't starting to drink when I got in. I would save myself until I was on stream. Where was we? Yeah, the black bits today. Well, you was doing the orange bits on your stream earlier, so a change is as good as a rest, I guess. And when you was asking in the chat when you were streaming earlier on, what are we doing tonight? I had literally no clue. I know I did mention to Zobo when he came in about maybe building the Imperator Titan. Not Imperator Titan, I ain't got an Imperator Titan. I want an Imperator Titan. haven't got one. Or as I've been doing, I was showing off earlier on, I've been doing like the little bits and pieces on this thing. So this is the one I was entering for Legends of Paint, Legends of Paint next week. So I'm still saying earlier on, like, because of what I was told last year about my red being too flat, it sort of made me paranoid, and I've like given that, because that was a lot smoother until I started going over it, trying to make it a bit more interesting, saying it's like textured. So I feel that I might have gone too far the other way. I'm going to pull that arm off. So like where I've been going out and doing like pistons and adding sort of like more detail on the cables and stuff like that, it's the red. I'm so self-conscious of the red. I'll probably have to varnish this again anyway, because I haven't varnished it since I've, you know, brushed it over. But I was going around just adding more bits of wash here, there and everywhere, shading areas. But that red is got me paranoid now. I'm really not quite happy. I might just go over that with some Agrax in a sec. It's really sort of like making it harder for me. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm doing so much. I don't want to overdo it and detract from the model. But you know. Little pipes, cables. Oh, I see some cables there I haven't seen before. Oh no! Oh no! I'll have to do something about them. Damn it. So when you do your glazes, boss, do you use like medium, or is it just water that you mix them down with? For glazes, you do medium, don't you? Surely. What? Oh, so that's the thing, because I like them both. I know that you were really proud of the Contemptor. From what I can remember, I'm pretty sure that you seemed more happier with the Contemptor than that. But I don't know. I like them both. When I was painting Vizic, I was saying I washed the scarf in Agrax and left it. I didn't want to overdo it. Yeah. Nah, water. But I'm lazy. You're not lazy. You're a busy, busy bumblebee. That's what consistency. like that. I've just put one layer on. This is, I didn't wait for an answer. I just went for it. I'm sure it's fine. But you're right, it does smooth it out a little bit better. Yeah. I'm trying to keep away from the edges as well, so it's like builds up more in the central parts. So I'm in deep concentration here, so hence why I am not saying much at the moment. In the zone. Looking good. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Right. The good thing about having like one of these little like crane arm things for my camera is that the magnets stick to it. Right. I bought myself another smelly candle. You know, I was talking to you the other night about smelly candles, and I got a sea breeze, and I can only smell it when I do that. And I shove it right in my snoz. Whereas the other ones from I was telling you about the other night, um, the jasmine ones, there's like you can't smell them. Fire! Oh, sorry, sorry. Get better ones, God's sake. I will do. I'm sorry. If you saw me this morning in Tesco's before going back into work, I had to do a measure on the way in. I thought I better get some like milk because you can't go to work without any milk for your coffee and tea and stuff. And I thought, ooh, they got some candles. The small ones are only like £1.50. They're like mango. I think there's like rhubarb and custard as well as one, which I'm surprised I didn't go for because I like rhubarb. But yeah, so I will get myself a proper candle. Um, just thinking, while I've got that little bit of glaze there. Oh, what do they move for? We've got I say emergency. We haven't really got an emergency, but we've got an emergency. Right, let's get two of them. Stable Mabel, thank you. Damn it. Damn it, Janet! I can't do that. It's I'm trying to stick him back in place. Little shit. Right, there was something I was wanting to do. I'm going to try and do it. Because I'm the kind of guy that likes to live life on the edge. Get some microsol. There's another candle that I totally forgot about and just literally just put my hand straight through it. I'm kind of hoping it works. I'm not sure if this will come up because it's an old decal plus it's been through the wars. Not that you can see it from where you are. But that's the decal right there. a sec. Let's get sure that's going to come off. Something tells me that's not going to work. What did I put? I don't know where I put the other ones. Once I put them back. Oh no, they're over there. Let's put that in there, put that over there. Have a little look-see-wooksy. Ba, ba, ba. I think that one's set, it's not coming off, so that's a shame. Let's try something different. Right, this is going to be a right pain in the ass. Off. You silly little sausage. Get back here. So what I'm trying, because I'm very trying, doing a little bit of graffiti, I guess. Actually, I think the better one. Oh my god, black strap, so boring. But is it slightly better than the orange from earlier? That's all that matters. If it's better than the orange, you're fine. Move. Oh, what was that? What the fuck was ours? The drama. At least there was less orange. Yeah, but is that all the black straps of all the orcs that you're doing? Because if that's the case, that's pretty good going. One. Sorry, I was just, because when I do black straps, I just go line, line, line. You do them properly. That's why you're the better painter. Right. Oh, bless you. Right. This might seem heresy, but I'm sticking an orc decal onto this wall. I'm putting it on there purely because it's a little bit more like not quite, you know, so pristine and clean. It's a bit rough. That's basically what it is. I'm just trying to get chocolate out. The old chocolate house in Bruges. Belgian chocolate. That'll do. So there's a little orky graffiti there. Oh. A little bit of Blood Angel graffiti next to it. And there is actually a Blood Angel insignia decal on his shoulder. I might have to put the sex goggles on. I do apologise. Just brace yourself, people. Don't get too carried away, okay? It is perfect. Is the wine helping with your hobby, boss? Is it getting you through this most troublesome? Ah, great. That's a little bit more cleaner. Yes, excellent. The power of the sex goggles. Wow. Oh, you're so close. It's always touching up where I've might have gone a little bit cray-cray. The old painteroonie. We're getting ever so close to it. I'm trying to get he says. ow. Wiggle. That's what I was going to do. That's what I was going to do. I remember now. I'm done. Can't be bothered to play anymore. Oh, bless you. Have a good stream. Thank you. We'll do some plasma coils now. Well, thank you for coming and hang out for a little bit. I'm sorry that your straps and orange bits weren't didn't work out for you. But thank you for coming along. It means a lot. You know it does, boss. You know it does. Sweet dreams. I'll speak to you during the week, no doubt. Oh. Going in, people. Switching to targeting computer.
With Compare the Market, you can take the
Wow,
guesswork
Bob,
out of
I just
applying.
realised we've come to the end of that
Isn't
music.
that right, Otto Sergey?
I can check your
Yeah,
chance.
let's skip on that, mother trucker.
Wix.
Oh, no, there's more adverts. No, I can't be bothered with adverts. I have to talk over them because then it won't be bad. I don't think. I don't know. It's just all crazy, crazy. You know what I mean? So just keep on, and I can skip. There's some grimdark for you. We're mixing it up now. We've got some grimdark coming in. Give them a little blow. Just get back to that's it. Hey! Hello, lass. How are you? Yes, it's safe. Um, yeah, Wednesday was a weird thing, but I wanted to hear what they had to say because I was just curious. And obviously to say, like most of the things there is like it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect your hobby. You know, how does that be a negative to your hobby? You know, and it doesn't matter if that person does this or that person does that. It doesn't matter at all. You know, life is so much easier if you just do your own thing and be happy with what you've got. But yeah, it was interesting. I've not had. I don't think I've ever really had a stream like that before. But as I was saying, like it was like it's just you're asking questions. And I'll answer questions because you've asked. But it doesn't really, the things that were being said, just, it's just, it does not matter. I'm not going to lie, Les. I was half expecting you to go full Les. But I'm actually really proud of you because you actually just, you chipped in. Yeah, like you had your say, you had your conversation. That's it. We've walked away. We've learned something. we've learned something, and we've shared our opinions. And there was no violence, there was no bloodshed, but it was just weird. Yeah, but as I said, like I got confused a couple of times with some of the things that were being said. Like I was probably second guessing myself as well. So that didn't help. Like when you're thinking like, did I mean that? But you don't want to make assumptions. Oh. Quite frankly, Lee, there was not enough characters available for me to actually vent my spleen. Oh, bless you. Oh, oh dear. Oh, you're great. Oh dear. Oh my, oh my muscles. Oh, although when you came out with Axe Daddy, OF. Oh. But as I say, like, you know, those sort of situations, they come across in for all walks of life, and at the end of the day, like, I don't know, you know, as I said, I was interested to hear what, like, he wanted to ask opinions and that like that, and I'm all for that, you know, because sharing that sort of information just to find out what another person thinks or sees. Um, you know, it's, it was the thing that sort of not confused me, but I thought, it, you know, like the naked sister of battle thing, and I said, well, like, you know, you can have that in your army. You can't play that army in a Games Workshop store, but you're not playing in a Games Workshop store, you know. So you can have that. There's nobody there to say you cannot have that. The only time that somebody says you cannot have that or asks you to remove it from the table would be a Games Workshop store staffer. If they saw it if you were playing a game in there, as long as the model's a legitimate Games Workshop, um, that's fine. But if you've got, like, you know, these stuff that you can get online, because there's 101 different sort of, you know, 3D printers, sculptors, and all that sort of stuff, and they do some really excellent work. But you know, it's just that sort of, it's like good taste in a way. And I just asked, I was like, well, how does a naked sister of battle? How is it better than not an armored sister of battle? You know, what's the rules? Is there a difference in the rules? If you want to have a topless one, you can have one. You know, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but that is your right to do your work and your hobby and do stuff. Like, obviously, there's certain lines you sort of, you know, the glorification of, like, you know, Nazi stuff in 40k. 40k is grim, dark, and, you know, a bit of fascism there in times, but it's the whole origins of it being a satire and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, most people are buying the models because they look cool and they're having games and rolling dice. But you do get those few people that, you know, having like a Wehrmacht signs on the side of their Lehman Russ battle tanks and stuff like that. So you're making a direct correlation to Second World War sort of thing, and it's a little bit, you know, it's not. You don't need to. You know, you can do that on Flames of War. You know, don't bring it into 40k. There's enough fucking darkness in the grim dark. I was going to say, what was that all about? Again, it's like my hobby sister, I call her my sister Gail. She's got a 40k Space Wolf army, but she swapped all the heads out and put this was doing it years ago. You know, women heads on her Space Wolves. She absolutely loves the Space Wolves. Thinks they're cool as fuck. but she wanted to have them with lady heads, and so she went out and got all these like heads and painted them all up, stuck them in her army. It's a beautiful army. It's just obviously got lady heads. So that's her choice. She can do that. It's a game. Like, she's not taking it as seriously as other people, but she plays the game in the spirit of which it is meant to be played. It's just that her army is a bespoke army. She's made it for herself, and that's her choice, and that's all well and good. She's not trying to make it into canon or anything like that. She's basically, I wanted to have women Space Marines, and she did it. All power to her. Get that fucking heresy out of here. Yes. Doesn't want women in Warhammer, but wants naked female minis. Yeah, makes no sense. And I said, like, I'm a big fan of beer and boobs, but I don't sexualize, because it is a little bit sexualization, and that stuff is a little bit. I know, like, with demonettes, now, to me, as my opinion, with demonettes from the Slanesh, like the Juan Diaz model sort of thing, you have a better boob, then you've got a crap claw. Because it's that whole perversion, it's meant to be like the whole thing about Slanesh, that enticement, being a bit weird, but a bit cheeky. So because it's a demon, it's formed out of that the lust and excess sort of stuff. So that's one thing. But when you've got, like, as I said, there's a really good, it's a really good model, but it's just not me. Where they've got this, like, Adeptus Mechanicus Magos. It's got the robes, got all the, like, the macadendrites all swipping around, but the robes are open and there's a pair of tits. So it's sexualizing a Magos. And again, the thing I love about the Mechanicus and the Adeptus Mechanicus is that they care not where the biomass come from. Male, female, if you're good enough for the job, you're in it. And you get all the little wires and bells and flutes and whistles. But that is just, if you wanted that as a model to put on a shelf, mantelpiece, whatever, yeah, go for it. If you like that, fine. Personally, I don't, because I'm looking at it from the Mechanicus side of things. Why would you have an Archmagos going around flaunting her impressive breasts and everything else is cybernetically enhanced? If they were like hashtag grabbing and crabbing. Oh dear, sorry. Yeah, sexy female salamanders would be a vibe. Oh yeah. Well, my appreciation for rope slinging salamanders. But that's the thing. Like, I with the whole thing where people are like, oh, but in the canon, well, the canon, the lore or whatever, yeah, it's 30, 40 years old in part, sort of thing. Things have changed. We have evolved as a species, some for the better, some for the worse. But it's like, I've said this time and time again. Like, with regards to, like, Primaris Marines, I really like Primaris Marines compared to the old Firstborns because they're a bigger model. They looked more impressive against the other range models because you'd expect that, being a 8-foot tall transhuman badass. But now they're making all the other races slightly bigger as well, so it sort of nullifies them a bit, sort of thing. But when they brought out the Primaris, they should have just basically included, you know, Fem Marines as well. What do you want to call them? You know, women Space Marines. Women Astartes. Female Astartes. The Adeptus Female Astartes. That sort of thing. You should have just gone bang. Because if Belisarius Cawl can spend 10,000 years perfecting Gene Seed, making Primaris, creating whole new organs to go into the Primaris, and all the equipment and armor and everything like that, then they can make Marines that are biologically female origins. And they've said it enough times, like even like Fabius Bile going like, you know, I don't know why he basically only used 50% of the human population, sort of thing. You could, like, he was going, yeah, you could make women Space Marines. So they floated the idea in there. Cawl's background, 10,000 years, his mission has been to create a load of bloody super duper next level Space Marines, and obviously was doing that, refining his craft and all that, waiting for the right time when Guilliman returned and went, oh yeah, that project you asked me about 10,000 years ago, here it is, sort of thing. And guess what? The girls are back in town. Oh yeah. You know, they should have just done it like that. Just rolled it out, bang. I've had the urge to paint some Acmec again. I'm gonna have to dig some out. You do that. You do. Oh. That's what I was doing today with my little dudes. Hi, tiny dudes. Oh, get out. That's it. Yeah, I've got some actual other like I bought some AdMech characters a while back, so I really got to sort of get back into, you know, just tighten them up, because I've got my AdMech bits and pieces and my Mechanicum bits and pieces for Heresy. So it would be nice to actually get them done. She was one of his new human. Oh yeah, that character. Yeah. Was it Clone Father, that book? Because I listened to it on audiobook, because obviously Fabius Bile and Belisarius Cawl together in one book doing their crafty shenanigans. I was all down for that. I've actually downloaded today because I realised I had like 4 tokens, credits, sorry, 4 credits for Audible, because I haven't spent them for a while. So I had 4 credits, and I thought, ooh, and my friend Mark, who's a author for Black Library now, Mark Collins, I noticed that Eidolon book that he wrote was on Audible, so I thought, I'm having it. Yeah, Fabius Bile's New Humans are actually quite interesting, because, like, she was badass, you know, taking on this, you know, Primaris or Alpha, and, like, you know, giving him as good as he gave. But the thing, it now makes me wonder, what is Fabius Bile up to? You know, because he is sort of, he doesn't follow a chaos deity, he follows the science. Yes, he's done some horrific things in his time. Yeah, she was as fast as Alpha Primus. But there's the whole thing about Alpha Primus. What is Alpha Primus? Because he's got a lot of stuff going on in that body of his. I've got an Admech book I still need to read. I forgot the name. I'm trying to think. I seem to remember you. I think is it like the Forges of Mars, which is Graham McNeil omnibus of the Free of Mars books he did. So like Laws of Mars, what's it? Priests of Mars, Laws of Mars, and the other one of Mars. Oh yeah, Belisarius Call, the Great Work. That's actually I really like that one. That was actually a really good one, because you get a lot more understanding of what Call's actually doing, and he's such an interesting character. Like because I listened, cause all the books that I listen to while I'm driving to and from work, but it's the scenes with Call. He is like at times he's like choosing like what sort of personality should I use for this one, and he's like Indiana Jones Call. But yeah, no, that is a good story. That one, I really enjoyed that one. There's another one that follows on from that, which I forget the name of. Crapola. I don't know. Let's look up my Audible account because it'll be in there. Library. I have a lot of books. Oh no, it was no, it was Gene Father. Yeah, it was Gene Father. Sorry. So after the one you've got there, the Great Work. There's after that it's Gene Father, and basically it does sort of directly follow on from the Great Work and the events, what happens in that. But it's an interesting one because it's, as I said, Fabius Bile, who is the arch sort of prime Medicae witch doctor type thing, who's Slanesh. Well, it's not even Slanesh. He does his own shit. But he's known for being a bit of a rodent. And it's like those two coming up against each other, and that's quite a good thing. In fact, we do have Forges of Mars 2, but no idea what to do with it. Probably in a box somewhere from the move, because I'm sure you had that before you actually moved. If you haven't done so, get Fall of Cadia. Call is in that, and his interaction with Trazin are hilarious. Yeah, Trazin, the Infinite and Divine as well, which is Trazin and the other Necron dude, because it's basically that the Infinite and the Divine is basically two old men trolling each other over 10,000 years. But that was actually quite a fun book from a Necron perspective. thanks for the recommendations. I've got my Kindle open as we speak, so I'll take a look. Take a look at a book. So, oop, a little bit of plasmid. Oh, I'm going to paint these. I'm going to do some more gold. I need more gold. Need more gold! Damn it. Where's my gold? Where's my gold? Now got my gold. Where's my gold? Hey, Scooter Joe. Scooter Bob. No, that's Gold Crusher Brass. That's a lie. You are a lie, sir. You are a lie. Really should organise myself. Ah, there you are. Right there. Hidden. Statler and Wardorf, yeah. Any good books with salamanders in? Well, obviously with salamanders, they do get sort of. There's only one author who writes salamanders really, and that's Nick Kime. He did a whole series of salamander stuff in both the Heresy and in 40k. There's a couple of other books which may have the odd salamander in it, which on their own are cool, and the characters are cool, but they're not wholly salamander orientated. I'm a bit out of touch on a few of the more recent sort of stories, because I say, like, with the emergence of the Primaris and all that sort of stuff, it's like they're trying to figure out what they're doing with them as such. Although I say my favourite story which has salamanders mentioned in it, you don't necessarily see them as such. Like, you have a little interaction with, and it's a book that Aaron wrote, Aaron Dempsey Bowden did years ago, called Hell's Reach, which is about the Black Templars and Grimaldus on Armageddon, and there's, like, you know, orcs are running rampant and all that, and their Black Templars are there fighting amongst the humans, trying to encourage them to fight for the Emperor, stand, and all that sort of stuff. And I was in Sainsbury's at the time. I had my, like, headphones on, listening to the audio book, and there's some real, like, you know, it was getting really intense, the action, and then a Salamander's strike cruiser breaks through the Orc blockade of Armageddon, because basically the Orc war is so huge, the Space Marine and Imperial fleets had to sort of pull back to stop being overrun, and they've been doing like hit and run attacks and stuff, but because the defenders are sort of like cut off from the rest of the fleet and supply and stuff, and they're fighting, it's been really hard and intense, and you're like walking around looking at the fruit and veg sections, and you're going, no man, no, something's gonna change, and then suddenly you hear the narrator say about this Salamander's strike cruisers broken through the cordon and it's committed to drop pod assault, and all these salamanders in these drop pods come smashing down and disembarking and going around and kicking the shit out of everything. Honestly, I started crying whilst looking at potatoes. The tears of joy is like, yes, salvation. The salamanders have come to save the day. So that's my greatest memory of the salamanders getting involved in battle, in glorious battle. So it was honestly, I messaged Aaron and went, how dare you make me cry in the middle of Sainsbury's? Get out my damn city! Jonathan Keeble's narration made it perfect. No, him and Toby Longworth are, really, really good narrators. They know what they're dealing with. Nick Kime's 4-book series on Kindle, so may have to have a little down. He's a Salamanders fan, so he does give his all to his Salamanders, sort of thing. The animated version, yeah. So that's Richard Bolan. If you want to treat yourself, because it's a fan-made project over like a couple of years. It's a few years old now. So Richard Bolan, who now works for Games Workshop Animation, Storyforge, like he does a lot of the animation for that. But he was making this animated version of Hell's Reach. So it's about 15 or 20 parts. So he does like a few minutes at a time, sort of thing, and he's using the audio book to narrate the scenes and stuff, and he's animating these scenes. From where it starts, it's very simple black line, like pencil lines and that sort of animation. But as you watch the series, you can find it on YouTube. As you watch it and it progresses, you see his techniques and skill expand and become more intricate, and it turns into colour and all that. And it's Hell's Reach is a really good book, and I'm saying Aaron is a really good writer, and I know he hates me saying that, but he gets characters so perfectly done that you kind of you're there, you're in with them, you're part of them, sort of thing, and there's always something about those characters that you just latch onto. You think, oh, these are brilliant, sort of thing. So but I'm biased. I love Abaddon as a character. Again, like Aaron done the Night Lords trilogy, and a lot of my friends were like so into it because he makes the characters relatable. Yeah, even though they're Night Lords, which traditionally is not good. My friend Nikki was she was saying, like, have you not read the Night Lord trilogy? I went, no, I haven't. And he's like, was explaining that basically in the first 2 books of the Night Lords trilogy, you're there, you're part of the team, part of the gang, fighting a good fight to stay alive and cut a path for glory and honor for yourselves and your brothers, your traitorous brothers, which you keep forgetting that they're traitors. And then you get to a bit in the 3rd book, and then it just makes you stop and go, these are really not nice people. Why do I like these people? They're horrible. So if there's one author to read, it is Aaron Dembski Bowden, because he makes you part of the character. You just you're in with it. You relate, sort of thing. You're there amongst it with him, you know. And I am biased. Like, and he said, like, he made Abaddon a character, but before like the Black Legion books came out, because he's only done two. Abaddon, or you know, people were just like, oh yeah, he's a pussy. 13 Black Crusades, and all that sort of stuff. But if you read those two books, you actually, again, you just buy into what Abaddon is all about, and you see him totally differently as you have done before. One of my other favourite books that Aaron wrote, which is set in the current sort of timeline, is the Spears of the Emperor, which is about the Emperor's spears. Space Marine, and it's set in like after the big catastrophic tearing of the galaxy with the Cicatrix Maledictum splitting the galaxy in half. So you have the Imperium, then you have the Imperium Nihilus, which is like, you know, hidden from the light. But Spirit of the Emperor is it's fantastic. And it's a story, but it's about Space Marines, but it's from the viewpoint of a human serf, who is attached to another Space Marine that has basically gone on a mission to find out. He's gone on a fact-finding mission, and he finds the Emperor's spears and how they are keeping going in the darkness of the Imperium Nihilus. You know, fighting the good fight, almost on their own. But it's the whole. His characters are so fucking good. They really are. Such a talented bastard. I love him. So you've got a lot of reading to do there, lass. You've got your work cut out. But you whiz through books anyway, don't you? What was I doing? I was doing that. I was doing gold. I was doing gold. A little bit of gold to tart up the boys. Lovely jubbly. So, slurpy. Oh, oh, bless her. Hmm. Yay! I was just about to say, lass, that Crystal, because you missed each other the other day, and I said, "Oh, you missed Lass." But did I? Oh, I've been wanting to see her for ages. And there you are! Ross. Oh, bless her. Oh. Hello, BB. I was trying to write hopefully safer in here tonight. I've tried to turn into a problem. It wasn't a problem. It wasn't. It was nothing to do. There was a discussion going on. There was open communication. Um, so that's all it was. It was communication. Questions were being asked. I was answering, and a discussion was had. Um, although I was confused at times, I think it went okay. I was actually interested to hear the viewpoints and because sometimes you need to listen to others and see what's going on. Yes. Right. She's amazingly cute. Absolutely love her. Absolutely love BB. I think there is a delay. Go on, reload. I know that I've got a little bit of a delay on my on the because I have the phone with the chat going off, but I am delayed on that a little bit. Ross. So that's like you're reading a book. Lass has got her Kindle out. She's been looking up for book recommendations for salamanders. It's like we've got a little book club going. Hey, Saturday night book club. Tea, book, and lurk. I'm I'm trying to think of a witty hashtag for that. Oh, I was talking to a guy at work the other day. Like when I was working for another flooring company who no longer exist now, but I was working down at Lakeside in the trade park there, and I got into a phase where I thought, fuck it, I'm going to take my lunch hour because when you work in retail, it's really hard to actually take your lunch hour unless you stick to your guns and you go, I'm fucking off for an hour. Yeah, otherwise you get roped back into work again. But what I used to do is walk across the road to there was a place called Borders. I don't know if some of you remember. It was a big bookstore basically, and the one in Lakeside, they had a top a mezzanine sort of area, and I'd go in there, and on the mezzanine they had like a coffee shop, so I'd get myself a latte, go sit by one of the windows on the big high back armchairs with a book that I just randomly picked up, and drink some coffee, eat a cake or something, and then, um, you know, spend time in there other than being at work and getting dragged back into, you know, doing stuff. Oh. Yeah, but I'm reading fantasy smut. Smut, wars, and magic. Yeah, well, yeah, we know you in your like fantasy, elves and naughtiness. Sounds right up my alley. We need to start a book club, us lot. There you go. I have a lot of Warhammer books to read, but smart. Well, yeah, we do make dragon and smut jokes. It's not bad dragon smut jokes. But we all like our own things, and we accept you for your fantasy smut. 50 Shades of Grey elves. I was just thinking of a Middle Earth related fantasy smut book title, The Nobbit. 50 Shades of Grey seer. Oh, Mr. Frodo! Oh, Rosie, my girl. Rosie, my girl. Oh, said Samwise. Salaminga. Ross. Nah. To be fair, like, some of the, I always remember reading, like, Dune, right? So, in the later novels, from like God Emperor and all that, there was a little bit more sort of like sexiness in them, and I actually quite enjoyed them. You know, because like, you know, you read like a hard sci-fi book, and then you have these little scenes, and you go, "Oh, how are you?" I always remembered there was this one scene where this female bodyguard, right, and she's a big girl. She's a big girl. Big girl. That was my Benny Hill impression. And she was watching Duncan Idaho, like manly climb up this cliff face, and literally as he reached the top, she climaxed. And I'm like, wow, that was some good climbing. Gods, I used to love Borders. Oh, Borders was the greatest, wasn't it? It's like you'd go in there, look around for some interesting books for your next sort of reading session, and you had these really nice armchairs. You can just like crash out, get yourself a coffee, cup of tea, latte, biscuits, carrot cake, or whatever. Sit down and just like do some light reading of whatever, and have a nice little coffee. I loved all that. That was fantastic. You know, I do enjoy going into bookshops and having a little look through and stuff. I was actually, funnily enough, the other week, I went and picked Maddie up from college, and we said, because we weren't picking Thomas up until later, and she's like, well, I'm a bit hungry, said, well, should we go down Southend High Street? And we went to Wendy's. I've never had a Wendy's, and so we went down there, had a Wendy's for the square burger. Why not? It was nice enough. And then on the way back, there was a Waterstones, and we both went in there, had a little look through the books and stuff. And I just, it's something about being in a bookstore. I don't get to read books as much as I used to. As I said, mostly it's audio books. Well, as I said, I bought one today on my Audible Eidolon, but it's something nice when you can chill out, lay down or on the sofa with a book, and you just sort of just let yourself slip into the world. You can just enjoy everything about that sort of universe. You just give yourself over to somewhere else. Gets you out of reality for a little while. But yeah, it's I loved all of that, and I say like Borders was just that little bit more special because you had that area where you could go and just chill out and just sit down and have a little read of the book. You think, actually, I read the blurb, wasn't that impressed. It had little possibilities, but read the first few chapters and you go, I think I'm going to make a purchase. I did wanted to open up like a coffee bookstore, basically. So you had just like Borders. So you buy books and coffee. I was going to do it as on a tangent to like black coffee books. It was a dream that never came to fruition. But that's why I'd love to do that. Just have a bookstore, as long as people bought books still, and they could keep a roof over their head. I'd love to do something like that. That'd be cool. Make coffee, have books. But yeah, it's finding those little genres. Like I've actually been doing a lot more fantasy with my Audible stuff, sort of thing. So I've been doing the Stormlight Archives, Brandon Sanderson. I used to go in Borders so much, my drink was already made in Starbucks before I even got down the stairs to the till. I used to, on a similar vein, right? Because you go there so often, they know what you want. I would like when I'd on a Sunday, I used to go pick the kids up from the mums, and we'd go to KFC, and we'd always have the same thing. And literally, I'd turn up, go round, and if it's that one person, or I think it was about two, but there was one mostly who worked on the drive-through bit. They'd see me and go, it'll be like £17 because they've already processed it. Even with the little like tweaks as well, because I'd go for was it the mighty bucket for one, but I always asked to have rib and wing as my chicken. I want a rib and wing, gravy. Maddie would have like popcorn chicken snack box, and Thomas would have fries. Unfortunately, we stopped having to do that because they changed the fries to having skin on fries, and Thomas doesn't eat skin on fries. So now on a Sunday, I have to pick Thomas up. We go to McDonald's, get him some fries, and then we have to drive about 3/4 of a mile down the road to the KFC so me and Maddie can have KFC. Oh, but there's that familiarity where people know what you're about, what you're after. I'm just doing that so people have something to look at, really. Hi guys, how are you? I'm fine, thank you very much. I'm here to kill things. So I keep on saying Salaminga. Salaminga. But yeah, there's always been, that whole. I think it's something to do like having like high back leather armchairs as well. When I was at a sci-fi convention, so I might have mentioned this story before, but I'm in the mood now. I had the same dream. It was the Blue Book Room. Maybe we should have one together. Sounds like a plan. Lass and Lee. Coffee to go, books to stay. I mean, Crystal involved as well. She can come in and we'll all work it together. There you go. There was yes, I was at it was a Babylon 5 convention down. It was at Heathrow. It was at a hotel, the Radisson Edwardian Heathrow Airport hotel. So it was really grand, really like the opening area. You had like the double whip stairs. There was marble everywhere and that sort of stuff. And so we was there for the weekend for this convention. So we had like call it Smut Forge. Coffee Forge. The Forge of Ours. I've always wanted a gallery that showcases artists for free with a cafe that sells cakes and sandwiches. So that's cool. So that could be attached. As I got older now, I want a games room. That can also be attached. I always just love those sort of like things like we're planning out. Right, okay, we'll get X amount of money. We'll build this plot of land somewhere and do this here, do that there. Put the games room there, toilets over there. Parking. Haven't got parking. But having something like that would be pretty cool. But anyway, so at this event, and in the bar area, it was like, like you see these gentlemen's, I say gentlemen's club, like in London, the posh clubs, you had to be a lord or of noble birth to come in, and they had the high back leather chairs and all that sort of thing. So we've snagged a place there. So it was me, my other half at the time, and a few friends had gone there, and there was other friends that we knew was there as well. Met up with them, sort of thing. And one of my friends, Mike, his mum used to run one of these events, sort of thing. So she had like contacts, and I just sort of said to him, like, "Oh, can I work backstage as security or something?" And he said, "Oh, I'll see what I can do." So on this Sunday. He said, "I've got you like a security pass," sort of thing. So you wear that, you go behind thing and like act as security. I went, cool. So in this bar where my friends had all set up, I snagged this really nice high back leather chair. It was like, you just melt into it, right? So I went backstage where I loitered around. Jerry Doyle, who played Chief of Security, Michael Garibaldi in the TV series Babylon 5, was there. He was like 6'4". He was massive, and I'm like, so I was standing there as he's like security. I was smaller than him, and I was a more stick insecty type in a way, and so I was flitting back and forth between the bar and backstage, and they were hosting SFX magazine was piggybacking on and doing the SFX Sci-Fi Awards at this hotel. So you also had like Terry Pratchett was there, Warwick Davis was there, lots of other people as well from TV and all that sort of stuff. And I've gone back to the bar, and my beautiful high back chair, which I've been living in for many hours over the course of the day, was no longer there. And I'm like, where's my chair gone? And my mate points to this guy, this older gentleman wearing his red Toastmasters jacket sort of thing, and he was David Prowse, and most people will know who David Prowse is. And I went, David Prowse, he stole my chair. And my mate Aaron went, well, you can't say no to the Dark Lord of the Sith, can you? I just went, fair point. So Darth Vader stole my chair. Yeah, it was just like, it was like, I was furious, but when I saw who it was, Dave Prowse. Because you don't expect to see him there looking like a Toastmaster, sitting there with his wife in this bar. And he just goes, yeah, you can't say no to the Dark Lord of the Sith. And I couldn't fault him for that. Bless. Perfect. We can have a gallery, coffee shop, bookstore, hobby shop combo. Boom! There you go. See, no one would see that coming, and that would like smash everything. You've covered all eventualities. You have the games room, you have the game store, you have the bookstore, you have the coffee shop. What more could you want? That is, that's the thing, right? With all these places, like when we've gone to Wayland Games, Crystal, when we had that little meet up that time, it was quite pleasant there. We was in the little cafeteria area doing our little games and stuff like that. It's nice that you can go somewhere, meet up with people from all over the place, hang out, play games, have a coffee, have a drink, have a sandwich, have a hot dog, whatever, and then you can go in the shop, grab something, and then you could have something on the way out. You've got all that, as I said, like the young artist artwork, hanging around the place, showing it off. It's not as if there isn't a lot of young budding artists out there, and you say you can put it up there, showcase it for a couple of months, rotate something new in, that'd be pretty awesome. But as I say, it's location and basically having the people it's got to be able to sort of people to get there. That's the thing. If people can get there reasonably easily, people will come. And then it's all the social media presence, getting that out, which obviously it's like with everything nowadays. We could do a B&B 2 and a bathroom 6. There you go. People travelling from far away. It's like a gaming hotel sort of thing. And again, once you've got a nice venue, somewhere that is, as I said, easy to get to, good parking, good transport links, all that sort of stuff, which is hard to find, to be fair. It is hard to find because of, landlords being, money-grabbing assholes. But having something like that, people gravitate to it. It's like places like Maelstrom games that used to be up in up north. Like I knew people from down south that would go up there for a campaign weekend for 40k or Heresy or well, maybe not Heresy, but Capsule Hotel like in Japan. Yeah, fucking just make it out of fucking storage containers. They get a few beds in there, fine. And that's the thing, people just want somewhere they can crash, get freshened up, and then fuck off in game again. You know, have something to eat. As I said, like, you know, it's one of those things, like, if you'd won the lottery, like, you know, nowadays you'd need to be like a good few million at least. But it's something that you could set up. You know, like Mini Wargaming Dave, they've got their place out in Ontario where they've got their sort of gaming setup place, but they've also got places you can sleep as well. They've got like a little B&B there practically. Right, he said like, oh, you got to come over now. I'd like to take him up on it and just like fucking fly out there and go, dude, pick me up from the fucking airport. Show me your wondrous hole of where you live and hang out there and play games. But as I said, you need to have the right kind of people working with you as well. So you need those sort of like people that can do the social media stuff. Even having like Geek Retreat as well. I don't know, Lass, have you been into a Geek Retreat yet? Where, again, it's like a little coffee store place where they have the little tables. You can bring your own games, do role play board games, stuff like that. There's one in Harlow which Crystal was doing like last year. She's done a few meetups and stuff. People come down from, again, all over the place. We have something to eat. You know, you can eat there. There's milkshakes and that sort of stuff. Play games, hang out, and that's what it is. It's like when you have all these like social groups from online sort of thing. It is hard. Like you make friends with everyone everywhere, don't you? But you want to hang out with them as well in the real world and just do shit sort of thing. I think, like I say, like we've still got like, well, obviously I meet up with Crystal Rick. It's like, you coming over for dinner? Yeah, okay. Yes, please. But like, you know, we I know like with Lass, we've said about doing something with the wolf fleeces, Clapton, Great Yarmouth, with the wolf fleeces and the old people. But no, so we should organise something one day, all hang out and shit. Yeah, you know, it's nice when you can get that focal point, get a group of people together that are, you know, like-minded, enthusiastic. You know, they're all in for like the games, the hobbies, the role plays, you know, all that sort of stuff. That you can just basically just turn up, you know, get yourself a coffee, bang, and get involved in something. You know, and it's really nice, but you got to do that consistently over the course of a year as well. So obviously having a few people involved is good, because then you can basically, you don't have to do it 24/7. You know, you can have some time away from work, because when your hobby becomes work, it can get a bit strained, can't it, really? So you need to have that, you know, step aside sort of thing. So like if you do 2 days less, Crystal, you do 2 days, I'll do 2 days. And we'll have a day of rest, you know, a midweek, close for a day. It could work. It's a dream. Oh, so I forgot what the fuck I was doing. I was doing something. I'm going to put my candle back on. Put my candle back on. I was going to flick the candle on. Procrastination, yeah. Procrastination Station. There you go. That's the name of the place. Was that? Did you post that up in the Discord? Wow, that's some parts, dude. Ross. Yeah. Subs. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that I can imagine there's a lot of bits you got to clean off of that. Scrape that clean. Scrape it clean. Yes, no, it's right, hold on. Let's... Beer. So I'm now considering, because I just remembered they don't have that long neck. It's actually should be painted red. So I may have made a bit of a whoopsie, and I'm just going to rectify that whoopsie by getting my paintbrush out and dealing with the little fucking thing. No, 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 no. Yes, yes, yes. So I'll put my sex goggles back on, so please, I apologise if you feel a bit fruity. Hey, Passive Painter. Hey, chaps, sorry I'm late. No worries. What is the time anyway? That's only 11:15, it's fine. So, to be fair, it's like the last couple of streams, I've so that's the thing. It's like when like you guys are here and we're vibing, chilling, chewing the fat, talking about amazing venues for games, bookstores, and coffee shops. It's so much fun. I love it, and I forget what the time is, and that's not a bad thing. So thank you for that. I much appreciate. I appreciate you. You know what I'm talking about. As I slip the old sex goggles into position. So brace yourself, people. Shit, I can't see. Making sure that you can see and I can see. What are you working on, Painter? What's on your must-do list? So, I bought the new Astra Militarum dice. Oh, what are they like? Because to be honest, I haven't really been paying much attention to what's going on in the 40k-ness zone recently. I wasted like 20 minutes earlier on until Mac told me that the stuff that I was looking for was for Horus Heresy and not for Legions Imperialis. It was an easy mistake to make. I was like, Crystal, with the going back to your fantasy fantasy stuff. Did you ever watch you watched Carnival Row, didn't you? Sorry, you watched Carnival Row, didn't you? Because that was like how I imagine your books are like in a way. And I'll tell you what, I'd read those books because Carnival Row was a bit at times, and yes, I if it is like that, then I can understand why you read them. Yeah, yeah. So I yeah. I do not begrudge your choice in books because like those little fairies. Oh my god. Woohoo! That was some good. Ah no, it's got red eye. I know I've got to watch Paradise. That's on my list. I've also got to try and watch Neo Evangelon at some point as well. Books are worse. Really? I honestly I didn't realize there was books for Carnival Row. There's another thing to add to the book club. No, I mean the books I read are worse. Okay. Okay, right. Send me over a book recommendation and I will read it. Or audio book it. I've got 3 credits remaining. Must bid farewell for the evening. It was great to get a catch up. Yeah, good to see you again, buddy, and good luck with that screaming bell. So don't forget to, obviously, well, you don't forget anyway. You post up regularly in the Discord anyway. But yeah, no, good luck with that, and I hope it goes a lot easier than it did tonight with the cleanup. Nice. Right, so I'm gonna give that a little. I'll give it a little blow. No worries, buddy. Have a good rest of the weekend, and good luck with the project, dude. And look forward to seeing you again. Yeah, so next Wednesday I'll be streaming, but next Saturday, because we're up at Warhammer World for the birthday, I won't be back in time for streaming, I don't think. Well, I might be, but then I might be tired. It's a long way. Get that little head done. No, Crystal. See you later on, boss. And sweet dreams. And I'll catch up with you again later on. And yeah, looking forward to it for sure. Looking forward to it. Night, night. Kisses. Boss. Right. You know what? I'm pretty fucking pleased with how it's gone tonight. I know there was times where there hasn't been much hobbying going on, but those little details on these fuckers, they needed to be addressed, they need to be dealt with, and they've been dealt with, apart from these eyes on here. So I'm gonna fucking do that now. A very small brush. Booba shaker. Oh yeah, baby. Hail to the king. So, Uno. Dos. Tres. Cuatro. Oh yeah. I fucking love it. That is some good shit. So, the Domitar class automata. The Vorax class automatar. Castellax class battle automatar. And I can't remember the name of the fuckers. Not Vorax. Not Votrax. Artalax. The Artalax class automatar. So they are wondrous little beasties. The heavier of the automata that you get with well, I say the heavier because obviously the heavier ones are the Calyx Fanators. Fanator with its plasma mortar, the Calyx with its grav hammer, and Solex las cannon. So they're the big motherfuckers. So, which have got 8 of the Solex and 7 of the standard Fanators. Oh, nice. Right, I think, my dears, that I will be calling it there for now because it's almost beddy by time. I need to get some beauty sleep. Man, I need a lot. But yeah, I've had a lovely evening. Thank you all for coming and hanging out and chatting and putting up with me for the last couple of hours. Really appreciate you all, and thanks for the giggles and for just keeping me company. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of the weekend, whatever you're doing, wherever you're doing it, and whoever you're doing it with. And I look forward to seeing some of you again on Wednesday. Should be back at usual time from 8 p.m. And yeah, and then obviously next Saturday I won't be around. Probably won't be about, I'd say about 8% won't be here, because obviously coming back from Nottingham. So all I can say is I hope you have a wonderful time, a great weekend with whatever hobby shenanigans you're going to be getting into, and I hope you keep happy and healthy and keep out of trouble, more importantly. So, Forge and Mars signing off. Until next time. Love you all. Bye.